Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Harry's still got it, being named the sexiest royal alive. Over the past year, searches for Prince Harry's name, along with the terms hot and girlfriend, combined for a total of 107,920 searches, surpassing other royals on the list. Prince William takes second place on the list of attractive royals, with search terms related to him totaling around 31,000 on Google. The third most attractive royal in 2023 is Peter Phillips, Princess Anne's son and eldest child, known for his low-key profile. In fourth place is Prince Abdul Mateen, a member of Brunei's royal family and founder of Jab Boxing Gym. Surprisingly, Prince Andrew takes the fifth spot despite recent controversies. Gaming site Slingo conducted this research, examining the net worth, Google search volume, Google searches for attractiveness, and Instagram followers of royal family members to determine their rankings. Drive.co.au tells us Prince William's car proves he's cooler than other royals. They write, not only does the heir to the British throne drive himself, he gets around town in a sleek electric car. While visiting his wife, Catherine, Prince William got behind the wheel of a black 2023 Audi RS e-tron GT, closely followed by his security team in a Land Rover Discovery. An ultra-modern, all-electric sports car with a hefty price tag and proper performance chops. It's a far cry from the royal family's usual, more traditional rides, which include a Bentley State limousine, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and for special occasions, a gilded horse-drawn carriage. In 2021, the environmentally conscious royal was spotted attending an event in a similar Audi RS e-tron GT, with media reports revealing the future king even installed a charging point at Kensington Palace. Its silent presence makes it perfect for a royal flying under the radar, but its performance prowess is a little less timid, with a 0 to 100k sprint time of just 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 260 kilometers an hour. Not exactly something the prince can flex in the streets of London, but good to know it's there if he needs it. In the Daily Mail, Richard Kay suggests, the best thing the great optimist Fergie and outcast Andrew could do now for themselves and the royal family is to remarry. Kay writes, if anyone knows the anguish of humiliation inside the House of Windsor, it is the Duchess of York, whose own journey from catastrophe to redemption and back again offers a masterclass in resilience. So it should surprise no one that she is approaching her skin cancer diagnosis just as she has every other setback, with a determination that all will be well. Optimism has always played a part in the Fergie story, from the embarrassments of those topless toe-sucking pictures to her hoodwinking by the notorious fake chic and being reduced twice at least to near penury thanks to her erratic extravagance. These, of course, were self-inflicted calamities, but they did not make the ostracism and unhappiness that she suffered any easier to bear. But cancer cannot be beaten by a PR makeover or by spilling the beans on the Oprah Winfrey Show. This is a new Fergie, and far removed from the woman who used to paint herself as a permanent victim of life, demanding our sympathy and finding it often in very short supply. Here she was, back in the bosom of the royal family, and it was almost as if she'd never been washed away. On display was that old enthusiasm that saw her once described as a much-needed breath of fresh air, bouncing back from misadventure, heartbreak, and sorrow. Her story is so entwined with that of Andrew, it is almost impossible to separate the two. As each has faced reversals of fortune, the other has been the one to pick up the pieces. And while the couple themselves have insisted they are happy as they are, living together as friends, a marriage might represent a solution to all their current difficulties. For Fergie, it would reward all the loyalty she has shown Andrew since Virginia Roberts first made her incendiary claims that she was trafficked to have sex with him, claims that he vehemently denies more than 12 years ago. The prize for Andrew would be greater still, cast to the margins of royal family life, taking a wife, albeit one he previously has been married to, would surely soften public scorn and may even offer a route back to some kind of semi-official status. It might also, one way or another, put an end to the speculation about his occupancy of Royal Lodge. The grandiose home that he inherited from his grandmother, the Queen Mother, has come to define both his sense of entitlement and his vanity. Would the critics still take issue if once again it became a family home? Palace Intrigue will be right back. The Sydney Morning Herald wondered, how do you cover, if at all, a Danish royal scandal? Mary, now Queen of Denmark, made waves back in October during her visit to New York. She grabbed tabloid headlines with her attention-grabbing floral dress and made news in the more highbrow press with a speech commemorating United Nations Day. A few weeks later, the public would discover that while their future queen was captivating diplomats, the future king was in Madrid, dining and staying at the apartment of a Mexican reality TV show star. It was a Spanish magazine, Lecturas, that broke the story, revealing that the royal father of four, along with socialite Genovesa Casanova, had visited a Pablo Picasso exhibition, strolled through El Retiro Park, and dined together. Lecturas suggested that they separately entered her apartment building around 7 p.m. and emerged 2 hours later, both having changed into evening attire. Subsequently, they enjoyed a flamenco performance at El Corral de la Morera, a Spanish restaurant, which ended after midnight. They left the restaurant together, and now King Frederick was seen leaving her apartment at 8:30 a.m. the following day. The magazine, with no named sources and seemingly relying solely on pictures, insinuated a romantic relationship. Many international media outlets picked up the story. With Queen Margrethe II's abdication on New Year's Eve, the story gained even more attention. Some, like longtime author and royal commentator Phil Dampier, speculated that she may have stepped down to protect her son's marriage and the royal family. However, in Denmark, this theory received little credence from the media. Knud Brix, the editor-in-chief of Denmark's proudly Republican tabloid Extra Bladet, explains, most of the media contribute to a benevolent culture filled with patting the royal family because, of course, it's interesting that the heir to the throne is walking around Madrid without bodyguards, with a small rolling suitcase and apparently spending the night with a woman who is not his wife. Emily Kessler, editor-in-chief of Politiken, stated that the broadsheet's decision not to cover the fallout from the photos and allegations of an affair was not necessarily a principled stance. She clarified, "We are interested in the royal family if there are major events, but the Crown Prince's overnight stays with someone are not at the top of our agenda. It's not relevant according to our news criteria. But it is clear that should there be a situation where it has consequences, we'll be interested in it." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.